Good day, everybody. This is your trusty old WooFDriver. When I say old, I mean old. Now, I started doing this stuff when I was young, as I guess everybody may or may not know. But I'm aging, but that's a good thing. It's better than not aging, I guess. In any case, welcome to, I guess this is become my song review here. It's pretty interesting because, again, my sound library or song library, which most people don't have unless they're musical artists, is all about my dogs, all about what I've done, the adventures we've gone on, the dogs I've had, my way of thinking, my martial arts is incorporated in there in some ways, and my methodology, basically. I call it sometimes wolf-isms. So they're a lot of good lessons to be learned, especially if you have dogs, but also about life. So this next one today we're going to focus on is called Husky, and it's a parody of Zombie by the Cranberries. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, the young lady, don't recall her name right now, who is the main singer for the Cranberries, she had passed away within the past 2 years, I believe. So that's very unfortunate. She was young, had quite a few hits, and they're an Irish band, I believe. So I love some of their music. Zombie is just got such a great song, and it's got a lot of meaning. So it relates to me, not the meaning the way it was written. I think her name was Dorothy. I can't remember. But it's not in her writing and her aspect, but I've converted it to my aspect. I love I'm going to call it theatrics of the song. It goes up and down and it gets real dramatic in some spots. And that's what's appealing to me. It can almost give me chills. So I'm going to play this for you. In the intro, you're going to see my Wolf Tunes logo and little rock and roll and how we open up some of our videos. So that's significant too. Again, a lot of these logos were either developed by me in a past lifetime. I was a graphics artist at one point, and if I haven't designed them, I have had a lot of input in them. So this is, again, all about my life story. So let me start it off for you, and I'm going to listen with you by putting on the headphones, and we're going to start. Here we go. This is the Wolf Tunes logo. Here comes Addie. That's not Addie, as you know. Love the way this starts off. There are some animations to give more of a feeling.
Husky howls ring so loudly, their minds always racing.
So let me stop it right there. Huskies howls ring loudly. Their minds are always racing, and that's about the truest statement I think anybody could ever say about a husky. Their mind is always racing. I don't care if they're puppies. I don't care if they're seniors. Whatever point they are at their life, their mind is always racing. It doesn't matter even if they're sleeping. Their mind is always racing. And I think too few of us understand that. Husky owners, too few that are new to the breed or haven't lived life with a husky understand. They think they're going to be calm, and there is a way to gain their calmness, and I talk about it in this song, but it's a little bit of work. But what I do is I make that work fun for people to get involved with and rewarding. So you can achieve it together. They're a pack animal. So just you and one husky can be a team. And to work together is so rewarding. It'll give you the results you want with your dog, because a good dog is a tired dog and a tired dog is a good dog. So wearing them out from their mind racing is what this is all about. So let me continue on, and that is Addie singing. She's done a lot of my wolf tunes. Wonderful voice. She's wearing a lot of our stuff, and if you care to, you can contact me. Our logo gear, again, is from my design, or my input of my design, as well as it's conveying all my messages and everything I've done. So she's wearing a Dog Wears camera. That's one of my YouTube channels. Famous for putting cameras on dogs like nobody's seen before and getting results that are just spectacular. So she's wearing that, and I'm wearing Czar on me. Czar is one of my first Huskies, so he's long gone but never forgotten. Here we go.
There's only one way to get there, silence. That's what a WooFDriver means for his Husky family. In their head, they are wanting.
So there's only one way to gain their silence, and that's exactly what I was talking about, to wear them out. The problem is the Husky isn't your normal dog. That a lot of dogs like to fetch a ball, chase a ball, and do other more familiar activities, and they'll get worn out from that or be satisfied with that. But not the Husky. The Husky was really bred to pull and to run, and the endurance is incredible. And I've talked about this before. They don't burn energy like any other animal, at least that I know of, and I think that most scientists know of. They don't understand how they can just burn it differently than humans and other animals. So it's like a constant fire, and that's why this is the main subject of this song and really my life. So they're always wanting, she says, my lyrics. And what we mean by that is they're always wanting to do something. They're always curious. They can't be satisfied unless you do some of the stuff I'm talking about here. And every dog's a little different in some ways, but that power, that instinct to go is prevalent in all Huskies in some capacity, usually to the nth degree. So let's put it back on.
With their drive and their instinct and their build and their strength, in their head, they are racing.
I've got to stop it again there. So it's their drive and their instinct. And a lot of Huskies are prey driven. So some of this running and pulling and energy is about competitiveness, chasing prey. They want to be the first dog to the prey of their Husky family, of their Husky pack, because the first dog usually has dibs on what they're going to do, because the prey is usually what they're going to eat from their ancestors and wolves, from their ancestors being wolves, what they were like. So that instinct is carried on to them, and that's kind of tough to breed out of them and to train out of them. So we have to work with their prey drive. And I know a lot of people that have Huskies have unfortunately experienced what can be the result of a bad decision having them with smaller animals, because of this prey drive. A lot of times they will kill a small animal, whether it's out in the field, whether it's escaping a yard and being near someone's chickens, a farmer, somebody's pet chickens, whatever. They can be deemed nuisances in some towns because they'll go ahead and kill an animal because it's their prey drive. They get out because of their desire to run and race and hunt, and they will have a bad outcome. So a lot of people have to surrender their Huskies. Sometimes they'll even euthanize them. So I can't stress this to you enough, that without the proper steady diet of exercise and satisfying their desires, which you can do without being crude. They don't have to hunt literally, but being always on the chase in some capacity through some of the stuff we can do can help satisfy those needs and those desires, and get rid of, at least to the state where they're going to go out and hunt in your neighborhood. And also that'll satisfy them enough that they won't want to escape as they won't look for ways to escape as much, and they can be contained a lot easier, whether it's in a crate, whether it's in a yard, whether it's in a car, wherever the case may be. So that's what we're talking about there.
Husky, husky, husky. It's in their head, husky, husky, husky. Their body gets overtaken, their drive raining over.
So that's so important. Their body gets overtaken with their drive reigning over. And I don't think that could be illustrated any more clearly than those words. It's totally true. People say, well, I have a husky and he's the best dog or she's the best dog in the world. But then all of a sudden, they just get possessed. They get the zoomies. They get out of control. And it can happen. A lot of dogs can get the zoomies. That's no doubt, especially after a meal time or an exciting time, they can get them. But with the Huskies, it can be a lot deeper than the zoomies. So the zoomies are when the dogs just kind of spaz out for no apparent reason, relatively speaking. But they were excited by something, and they continue that burst of energy goes through them for 30 seconds, a minute, whatever the case may be. But with the Husky, it can turn out to be problematic because they can just dart out the door and be gone, be down the road. So it's their mind, it's raining over them, and we have to control it. So a lot of times I say that I can wear out any Husky, and what I mean by that is I find what the Husky likes to do. They all a little bit different from Husky to Husky, individual personality, etc. But what each of my Huskies likes to do, I figure it out and I give them an overload of it. Of course, you can't do that right away. You have to do it very gradual, like anything else, because you can hurt them or they can hurt themselves, however you put it, because they just get so excited and they unleash this power that they haven't trained properly, or it hasn't been trained in them yet to control it, and they overdo it. And whether it's them getting muscle aches or damaging, spraining something, or even worse. So we have to be careful, but also we have to teach them to harness that power, as I'm saying, to maybe go gradual, because they don't know they have all that power to unleash it. So what I mean by that is, of course, start slow, but some Huskies might be a little intimidated, unsure of the situation, especially when I get them near a bike and they're moving near it and that tire's moving and it's making noises, runs over a pebble in the road and the pebble shoots out somewhere. It's not going to hurt them, obviously, but making those loud noises, the wheels spinning, etc. They're not familiar with it, so a lot of them will hold back when I first start training them. So what we have to do is get them comfortable with it, so they're so comfortable they can ignore that tire. They're aware it's there. They're not going to run into it, but they can just unleash the power. And that's what I mean by letting them get their proper exercise. One thing being said, they need the proper harness, especially when they're running with the bike, for instance, so that energy is that motion, that pulling motion and running motion is placed or dispersed properly through their body, shoulders and hind and midsection and everywhere else. So depending on the activity, sometimes you want to the harness can vary, and I've recently done some big time testing of new harnesses, which the results are amazing, and I'll share that at a future date. But it's incredible, and when you see, they're like machines, and I'm going to talk about that in the song again.
Husky balance causes silence. Don't become mistaken.
Got to stop there real quickly. Husky balance causes silence. Don't be mistaken. Again, yin and yang. The balance with the Huskies is neutralizing their energy, and that'll tire them out. They'll be satisfied. they'll be quiet. Instead of a lot of whining, instead of a lot of husky talk as they do, just silence, because they've given their energy properly and they're content. Not to say they couldn't go another 150 miles, but they've gotten it out of their system. They've aired it out, essentially. So had to stop it there to say.
It's part of their needs, yeah, bred in them deep, in their head, in their head. They're so wanting, with their drive and their instinct, and their build and their strength. In their head, they are racing.
So with their drive and their instinct, and that's exactly it. It seems like it's all in their head. It's in their body, but in their head, they got to go. So it's bred in them deep, and they have the build for it. They're built to pull. They're built to run. And again, through their metabolism, through the way their body functions, they have all the ability and all the necessities to do what they're doing. Sometimes I'll see people saying, well, those dogs shouldn't be pulling, but they really don't have an idea, because the husky is a very complex creature that we need to understand and do the proper management of them so they can unleash it and let it roll. And that's what I'm saying through this. So a lot of this is going to be, some of it repeat lyrics. I'll stop it when something new comes up, and some of it's going to be the hook. But enjoy Addie singing, because she's fantastic. And I think the words absolutely describe this to a T. Here we go. So that's the end of the song, but I did want to mention all the animations in there are really about, they're about life in a real wolf pack, and the resembling, because huskies are dog pack, wolf pack creatures. They just they're packing animals, and that video was originally produced with a little too much gore, because they were having wolves fight each other, and you might have caught the last scene, they have a little blood. I had them take that out of there, because that's not what I want to be associated with. But if huskies don't get the proper energy release, they can become more aggressive. Remember, when dog's tired, it's less likely to fight. It's less likely to be bothered, if you will, by little things and by their natural instincts, really. So they're resting. Tired dog is always a good dog. It's going to be easier to train a tired dog, and it's going to be less problematic for everybody. So that's why I stress that to the T, and that's what this song's all about. The art in writing this song is also about the original lyrics. I try to keep them as real as possible. So it's in their head, they're saying about zombie and how the Cranberries put that song together. So it's in a husky's head, even though I know their song has nothing to do with mine. But a lot of the syllables and how the words fit together are, to me, the art of what I do. So, and I enjoy, and the story has to be true. So what I'm writing has to be true to my lyrics, of course, but they also have to fit in the scope of the song so it sounds like the original. So that's where I get that from. So almost all my songs are like that. There's a lot of parodies, but there are originals, as you've seen through this series, hopefully. Some of them. This is our 3rd episode. So that's it here in WooFDriver land today. That is really one of my favorite songs. It just jams. If you get a chance, put a set of headphones on. Let it be. Let it do its thing in your head, because you'll really think, and you think about those lyrics and exactly what I was talking about, you understand it now. It might resonate. It might help hit home, and help with some of that training. So I'm the WooFDriver. Remember, our documentary is coming out hopefully in midsummer or by Christmas of 2022. So 8 months away, whatever that case may be. We're still working on it, and we're doing some incredible stuff. And you're really, if you like what you see here, you'll even understand it more and get a lot more insight on how I live my life, and also how Huskies can really live a life where they can air it out, and it might help you, if you're a Husky owner, understand the breed a little better and give you ideas. You never have to be as extreme as me. It can be so simple, and it was simple when I first started, and it was just as successful as I am now with my Husky family. But I just go to the extremes to just do the traveling and to try out all kinds of new things. So you can live vicariously through me and understand how you want to take your Husky family and indulge as you will. So I'm the WooFDriver signing off. Great to see everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful day. Hi, my name is Bill WooFDriver Hellman. I fell in love with the Siberian Husky. This is the roots on how I got started. Back when I was probably 11 or 12 years old, roughly 78, 79.
I met Bill in 2017, and right away I said, you know, what this guy's doing is actually pretty incredible. I think it's something that the whole world needs to see.
His love for his dogs is unquestionable. There is nobody on this earth who does what he does for his dogs.
Everything he does is, he starts at the best and goes down from there if he has to.
I hope people can take from that and learn about the love of dogs and animals, the beauty of nature, and how much a dog or an animal can be part of the family. The happiest days of mine are when I can make my dogs happy, and that's why I do what I do, because when I see, you can actually see dogs smiling. When I see my dogs happy, smiling, and enjoying themselves, that is utopia for me. Dogs to me are God's greatest gift, and I'm fortunate to be able to spend the time and do what I do with my dogs.